And I think we're live.
Oh,
Welcome
wow.
back to the podcast. We're here, comfy, wrapped up in little burritos.
This is it. What is it, a Sunday night? It's a Saturday night.
It's not a Sunday night, thank God, because I have work on the weekdays.
Update, everyone.
4 a.m. to...
We had, you know what?
What's
I'm the
going on?
host. I'm the host of this podcast.
Alright, so Sharon Oh is taking over as the host of the podcast. As you can see, I am run down and no longer in the correct shape.
Welcome to Couch and Chat. This is Sharon hosting with Jason Abono.
Look how loud the volume is. So, we're here in Newport Beach, right, Sharon?
Yeah, guys, we have so much to update you with.
Is this a good position, by the way? Because I can't really see Sharon.
Oh, check it.
But no, I think this is a good position.
you
But
think
like, should I look at you? Because usually,
you're
you
right.
remember when we used to do this? I used to be sitting across from you, right?
Yeah.
So, fuck, if I do this, because I kind of don't want to be formal right now, you know?
Dude, just chill. This is what you call Couch and Chat. Jason's, he's worried because this isn't as formal as the last one.
We're wrapped in blankets, guys.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well,
Sharon?
in our own respective blankets, obviously. Well, what was it? Our last podcast was aired almost exactly a year ago. We were talking about how, I recently graduated college and like what you were doing with your life and how I was about to start pharmacy school and you were about to start working for Gallo.
Boring.
Right?
We're not talking about that anymore because.
Well, shit has hit the fan. Look at me.
I mean, look it up.
No, look at me. I'm wearing a mask, everyone. We're in the middle of a fucking crisis. Oh, you gotta bleep that out.
Nope, I'm not bleeping that out because this podcast is uncensored, Sharon O.
Oh my god.
So let's talk about some things. Well, what you been up to
Okay,
since?
rewind. So
I am not rewinding. Okay, go ahead.
No.
Sorry, this podcast has been of no substance right now, so now we're gonna start adding substance right now. We're gonna be providing value for you guys starting right now. There we go. What were you saying? Sorry, I cut you off.
I'm saying rewind.
Okay.
There has been a lot that has happened.
Right.
What do you call it? You started your new job. Jason's making the big bucks. I started pharmacy school, learned a bunch of shit, went through a bunch of shit, met some new people. Life has been good, actually. I'm in the middle of summer. Jason is chilling. Right?
Yeah, chilling like a villain in Newport
and
Beach.
We're in the middle of the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. Elections are going on with Trump and like.
Yeah, in November, right?
The most recent news is what?
What's going on?
The Lebanon explosion.
Beirut. Yeah, that's
right?
insane.
So that's a thing.
That was crazy when I saw videos of that. I mean, did you see the videos of people like in the blast radius? Because I saw different viewpoints from the water.
Me too.
Next to the blast site, far away from the blast site, an apartment. It was so crazy. Like that. Like how does one put that much ammonium nitrate in a warehouse and just forget about it?
And that is exactly what you call shit hitting the fan, man. This is 2020, everyone.
It's too soon to make that joke.
No, literally, this whole entire year, something has happened every single month. And it all started from Kobe passing away. Rest in peace.
In February, yeah.
Yeah. Was that February? That was January, bro.
Was that?
Yeah.
Gosh. Was it really?
Actually, fact check.
Fact check, Sharon O. Search up the Googles. But yeah, no, it's been really fun. From our last podcast, I think it was summer 2019, we were both deciding or reflecting on our college past and looking towards the future, towards our careers. She's going to pharmacy school. I have my whole corporate job going on. But now we're here.
We were so optimistic, young, optimistic, hopeful people.
And now we're here laying down on a couch because this is Couch Chat, everyone. We're
guys,
here.
I feel like we still have so much to update you with. How would you feel your experience has been at Gallo?
At Gallo?
Actually, I wish these people could look at how much wine and alcohol you have stocked up in your freaking room.
So currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have about 30 bottles of wine stocked up. You know, these are troubling times, so we have to be prepared in the event of a disaster.
Not to mention handles on handles of hand sanitizer.
That too.
Like, who needs that?
I would grab it, but I don't want to move from this position. So, but yeah, I've been stocking up on alcohol.
Update, Kobe passed away on January 26th,
so
not February.
right at the end of January.
Yeah, but it's still January, not February.
That makes sense. So it took me like a month to register that because it was just so crazy that happened. But so
sad times. But
Podcast. Wow, we're really doing it. I know a lot of my friends are doing podcasts now.
dude, literally everyone during what have people been doing? They've been baking like
Bacon?
sourdough. They've been
And
baking
and doing podcasts.
Yeah, doing podcasts.
And I haven't been doing podcasts, so I've been lagging it.
Starting vlogs.
I've been vlogging.
Day in the life.
I haven't been doing day in the life.
Oh, you guys! Jason started his new company, Barong. Look at this. Oof.
Everyone, check out the merchandise at baroncollective.com.
This is fresh.
For every shirt that you purchase, we do give one away to someone in need in Indonesia.
Yep, got this navy blue, sick design.
And we have this sick design right here. What is this? A T-shirt. I was looking at the logo, just trying to describe it, but
Not even Barong.
So this is Barong.
Nice.
This is a T-shirt that we have. It's called the Growler Tee. So I just released that. If you are interested, please check out the website at baroncollective.com. Anyway.
Nice little plug.
So, you have a boyfriend now? Because last time when we talked, you didn't have a boyfriend.
I do. His name is.
You don't have to say if you don't want to, but go ahead. The floor is yours.
Well, yeah, this guy, his name is Hungjun Kim. He's Korean. As you guys may not know, I'm Korean as well. We met in pharmacy school. We're going on.
So did you guys know that she dated my roommate?
Bitch.
Sorry, I cut you off. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I did date his roommate last year. Actually, exact same time last year. But things didn't work out as planned. And
Can I ask you a question?
What, Jason?
So, this is not to be, put on a specific gender or anything, but why are people so sus? Like, my ex was pretty sus, right?
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Oh, not to mention during COVID, everyone's been making TikToks and shit.
And TikTok is going down now.
Yeah.
Well, hello, IG Reels. Welcome to the game. Trump has banned TikTok.
Fuck Trump. Anyway, you were saying, what's with people being so sus? Dude, I couldn't answer the question for you, but I do know this really close friend of mine, bro. I'm not going to be naming any names, but like he or she is dating this person,
right.
And this person just so happens to be, sus. And
keep talking. I hear my phone ringing, but continue.
your phone is definitely not ringing, but
Dude,
everyone,
I hear something.
I'm just telling you guys, whoever you're dating, be loyal to them, show them you really love them, and don't be talking to other bitches at the same time, even if they're sliding through your DMs.
Oh, someone did call me.
Or
someone did call me. Sharon was lying, but anyway.
Snapchatting you.
I'm gonna reply. 5 people with that. So one of my friends from Colorado. Sorry, this is a shitstorm of podcast because we're jumping from COVID to Trump to relationships to my friends from Colorado and susness. So continue what you were saying about people being sus because people are sus.
Yeah, honestly, like we have met so many friends that just, they're dating someone and it's like they'll go out of their way to talk to other males or females, like someone of the opposite sex, obviously. And like, it's like, dude, if you love the person that you're with, why are you going out of the way to be suspicious?
Amen.
This is 2020, bro. People are like, they're shit.
Do you want to know the last thing that I experienced before this whole quarantine thing happened? Because you know? Because I will tell you. So.
We'll call this person's name Bleep.
Bleep. So the last night before the quarantine
I'm
began,
gonna look for that suspicious sound.
there was this girl that I went out with to the bar.
Yeah.
I took her home.
Oh.
And she yacked all over my mattress. And it was a bad night. But that was my last memory before the quarantine started. So what was your last memory during the quarantine? Or before the quarantine started? Because mine wasn't good at all. I was wondering if you had any good/bad memories.
Oh my gosh, actually, so quarantine started March, right?
I think so.
And I remember. Literally, we were about to start midterms or finals? No, finals. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to cram all this stuff before we hit finals, right? But then literally the week before finals week, before we had to take our exams in person and whatnot, they were like, okay, everything's going to be remote. Don't even come for the rest of the quarter, blah, 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 including next quarter. So that was my last memory is like, I was like, low-key panicking because I was just living life. I wasn't prepared at all. But then they were like, everything's going to be online. It's you against everyone else.
So how do you take pharmacy school online? Because apparently when fall quarter starts, you're still going to be online. What do you think about all that?
You know, I actually prefer classes being
Obviously.
in person.
Oh,
but
I thought she was going to say I prefer classes being online, because I would too. But no, I take that back.
it's kind of like a half-half kind of situation. I like them being in person because it kind of the professors really go out of their way to test you, and they you kind of have to think on the spot because you'll be put on the spot. They'll call out your name and whatnot. You do workshops and everything like that. But then there's a lot of benefits from classes being online because you could just podcast everything. You don't have to spend the time of your day walking to class or campus, walking back, meal prepping and whatnot. So I guess that component of online classing is nice. But then again, like...
Okay, sorry I have to cancel you. You know why?
What?
Because my buddy just canceled on me for dinner.
Yikes.
And now I have no dinner plans. I literally pushed off my meal for today.
It's fine. We can go eat something.
We'll go eat after this. But anyway.
But anyway, where was I? Yeah, so it's kind of like a half-half kind of deal. But then, I don't really know. I think I've been liking online classes so far. I've still learned the same amount, and the professors at UCSD, they're amazing, and they really go out of their way to make sure that you understand the material and everything that you need to know as a student pharmacist going into my second year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just really grateful for UCSD. Everyone, if you want to be a pharmacist, I'm telling you right now, my professors are great, but don't do it. It's too saturated. Don't do it at all.
Don't do pharmacy?
Yeah.
Okay,
Dude.
you heard it here first, everyone.
Okay.
On the podcast. Why?
If you guys look back at our very last video or our last podcast, I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. It's going to be a great career.
Fuck.
Rewind.
Really? This is news to me.
Jason, think about it.
Well,
how many pharmacists are there out in the world today?
A shit ton.
Yeah, there's a shit ton, but also think about how many pharmacy schools are out there in the world today. If you think about it, like USC, Western, UCSD, UCSF, those are just 4 in California. Not to name, like,
name dropping.
Literally 500 others.
500?
Think about all the students, 150 or so people graduating, like 100 to 150 students graduating each year from pharmacy school, from the hundreds of pharmacy schools out in the nation. Could you imagine how competitive it could be?
So do you think, okay, so I know we have a shortage of doctors, correct? Is that the opposite for pharmacists?
Well, doctors are a completely different field. Like they're
true.
physicians. They could go into surgery, plastic surgery, and dermatology.
Right.
You know, like orthopedics and whatnot, chiropractic.
But I wasn't aware that pharmacy was so oversaturated with so many people.
I mean, I guess we're kind of like over exaggerating. It's not that saturated, but it's pretty saturated and competitive.
Do you think is as saturated as like law? Because I know law is pretty saturated right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I know nothing about law right
anyway,
now.
I'm not going to speak on something I have no knowledge about. But Sharon here.
I'm just telling the audience, don't do it, you guys. It's a trap. A trap.
I told you all here first, or she's telling you here first. It's a trap. I mean, I've been saying this for years. Just kidding. I did not say this for
Not to say that I haven't met like some amazing people along the way. Like I wouldn't even know my own boyfriend right now if it weren't for pharmacy. So thank you USC and UCSD.
All the smartest people in the world congregated into one spot. Isn't that crazy? That's what I miss about school. Especially UCLA.
Yeah, this guy went to UCLA, man.
Good times. It's just, I do miss being around people who were socially aware of what was going on and just smart. Lack for a better word. I mean, everyone's smart in their own way, but I don't know.
It's different when you could just hold a conversation, a meaningful, engaging conversation with someone, and you actually get that, like you learn something from them instead of just like it's a one-ended street, right?
Yeah, that's how I feel now.
It's just different.
I feel like now, or not now, but it's always existed. But when you get out into the real world, I mean, you probably haven't experienced this yet, but once you do, no one cares about you anymore.
No, I just had my community pharmacy rotation, and I was a student pharmacist at Vaughn's. It's a retail pharmacy.
How was that?
It's like CVS, and like you just said, people don't care about you. People don't give a shit.
It's a tough world out there.
Yeah. I mean, like, obviously, like, the Karens that walk in. They're like, where the fuck are my fucking
Where are my pills?
estrogens and shit? And
Give
I'm
me
just
my
like,
fucking estrogen
can you
pills.
chill? Give me a second.
Please, I'm just a student. I'm just a student pharmacist. I'm not a real pharmacist yet, but I'm going to be in 2-3 years. But what was I going to say? Yeah, it's been crazy, huh? Real world is tough, especially with this COVID thing going on. People are just all over the place.
Tell them about your schedule nowadays. You wake up at 3:30 a.m., come back and sleep again.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking crazy. So my partner, funny story, my partner got into this accident. So basically I manage 22 different accounts in the territory that spans from Long Beach to Huntington Beach. And it's supposed to be a 2-person territory. So what happened, my partner got into a mountain biking accident. She flew off. I was initially telling people she hit a rock, but I think what happened was the metal water bottle holder from the bike slashed her inner thigh open up to her groin. And I was telling people 150 stitches. But it was actually 300 stitches.
Bro.
And 4 surgeries, if I'm not mistaken. But she is back now. She just got back last week.
She's alive, everyone.
She is alive. But basically what Sharon was saying, my 3:30 schedules, I was pretty burnt out for 2 months straight. I was waking up at like 3:30 a.m., getting to work at 4, working all the way until like 3 p.m. And it was just crazy because I was one person down, you know?
Yeah.
But now we're here.
Mm-hmm.
I've made it.
You've been working here for about 1 year now, right?
Yeah, I hit my 1 year actually. What's the date today? August something. July 29th, I hit my 1 year.
Holy, wow.
It doesn't feel like a year because a year ago, we did this podcast.
Yeah,
Your last episode guest, actually.
Look at how formal we were in that video, you guys. That was when our friendship recently began because
we
had like 500 mutual friends, and I was like, okay, whatever. Like, let's get this podcast rolling. Sounds like a great experience. It was.
Great. It was good.
And then that's when our friendship flourished. Like we started.
I also was buffer, but now I lost weight. Anyway, continue.
You moved to OC, literally 10 minutes down the street from me. At that same time, right?
Yes.
And then we started hanging out and like going to the beach and whatnot, just
meeting new people.
Yeah, and like you were hanging out with my coworkers, I was hanging out with you and your friends, and then like
it all came to be.
Yeah, now we're just like super tight like that.
We catch up time to time. She's at school, I'm working here, so we usually like take some time, maybe like once every couple weeks to see each other because her family lives here in OC, so she like will periodically come up to Irvine to visit them. And I'm still here in Newport, so I'm not too far away. I'm like 10 minutes away.
Yep.
But yeah, I can't believe it's been a year. It doesn't feel like a year, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
is that
dude, time
crazy?
flies.
Yeah.
So much has happened, but...
Yeah, I don't even know if this podcast can even... I'm sorry, I'm breaking your bobby pin.
Bro.
I have a... What's that called?
You definitely have ADHD.
What's that called when you have...
Tourette's?
No. No. When you... I was going to say oral fixation, but it's obviously not oral. Touch fixation?
Sensation or something like that?
Something like where you need something in your hands. So I'm like restless right now. I need to like grab this. Okay, perfect.
Also, yeah, ADHD for sure.
But yeah, let's talk about what can we talk about?
Don't worry, you guys. We'll keep this short and simple so we don't bore you. But
we talked about relationships. We talked about COVID.
No, you never let me continue talking about my relationship.
Your relationship? Did I cut you off?
Yeah.
Or was that the other relationship? Like why people so sus?
You cut me off talking about my current relationship with my past relationship.
Yeah. So she has a boyfriend now. Long story short. Sorry, you guys hitting me up to hit her up. Sorry. But yeah, I think I'm trying to think of what else we can talk about. We talked about COVID. We talked about the presidency. We talked about our friendship. We talked about relationships. We've talked about everything, really. School, working from home. I actually don't work from home, so I take that back. Schooling from home. So
I've been schooling from home since
you've been schooling.
March, and I'm going to be schooling from home until December. Literally, I guess you could say a third of my didactic pharmacy schooling
big words
has been online. Didactic, everyone, means the schooling portion of pharmacy school, because pharmacy school, essentially, I don't know if you guys know, but it's a 4-year program traditionally, and the first 3 years is didactic learning, which is basically textbooks, exams, and whatnot, and then the last year of pharmacy school is rotation, going into rotations going into either community pharmacy, clinical pharmacy, industry, compounding, home infusion, you name it, wherever you want to go, you rotate for about a year. So it's a 4-year program. Yeah, but afterwards,
I hope this podcast is as informational as the last podcast we filmed, because a lot of people really liked our episode. Like, keep saying like it's annoying the fuck out of me, but the one episode that we did when we talked about pharmacy school, it seemed like a lot of you people enjoyed the advice on how to get in. So hopefully this podcast does the same for y'all. Look at my fucking phone. It's blowing up right now. Since we started the podcast.
Who are those people?
My buddies. So let's talk about what's on our phone screens right now. So right now, I have 2 Snapchat notifications.
Jason's very popular.
I wish I was popular.
I don't really have anything except New York Times notification and Find My Friends. My boy Raymond started sharing location with you. Do you want to share yours? But that's pretty much it. So shout out to Ray. You're a great friend.
Shout out Ray.
Yeah.
Couldn't
have made it through pharmacy school first year without you.
One of my partners just Snapchatted me.
Let's see it.
And I just opened it, so I'm sorry. And then I got 2
like
texts.
500 notifications.
So my buddy canceled. I brought that up earlier in the podcast, which is annoying. And my other buddy sent me his address. I bet you guys want to know because he's famous. Just kidding. What was I going to say?
Jason, how many famous people?
I have a couple of friends that play in the NFL. I know people that have...
Capping. Do you know what capping means?
Lying.
Boomer. I'm just kidding.
You know, I had this conversation. You know, so I felt a little old recently.
Jason, you're 23.
Hold on, but I'm gonna tell you why I felt old. You know, my new roommate moved in, right? We're talking. I'm with my other roommate. He's 28, Dan. So I'm talking with Dan.
Dan's 28?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Sorry. Anyway.
Wait, you know what's crazy?
What?
My last manager, back in the day, everyone, I used to work at Nectar Juice Bar. Just an OC thing, I guess. My manager's name was Dan. He was Hispanic as well.
He was 28?
He was 28.
Damn.
And they low-key looked alike.
What if they're the same person?
Who are you? Anyway, go ahead.
So we were talking, right? With our new roommate, AJ. We're chilling. We're chatting it up. And then there's this flag on the wall.
Don't tell me it's Trump.
No.
Okay.
It was a flag. I was like, what flag does that represent?
It's Newport Beach things.
And this guy was like, oh, no, you wouldn't understand. It's a Gen Z thing. And I sat there like, whoa. Am I that old? I started
Do I look that old?
I started recollecting my life for a little bit. I sat there reflecting for a good 30 seconds. I looked at Dan. He was laughing at me, obviously. And I was like, Dan, do you know what that is? He's like, no, I don't know what that is. And then I asked him, what does that flag mean? He's like, oh, it's a flag for, you know, defunding the police, demilitarization of the police. I was like, whoa, how come I've never seen this flag before? And the guy was telling me, yeah, they've been graffitiing this flag in protests, in the Black Lives Matter protests. These flags have been being flown at the protests as well. So I'm like, okay, this is my first time I'm ever seeing this, right? And then, hold on. His buddies come in. His 2 buddies. They're saying, what's up? I say, what's up? And I'm looking at them like, wow. These guys look like kids. They look young. Oh my God. Right?
Here?
Yeah. This is a real story. This is live on the mic. Then I'm like looking at Dan. And I'm like,
how old are you guys?
Yeah, I asked that question. I'm like, hey, bro, how old are you? And he says, oh, I just turned 18 last month.
Your roommate?
Yes.
Shut up.
Is that crazy? You didn't know that, huh? Because I didn't tell you that yet.
Bro.
So that's why I felt old. Okay, one thing, it's crazy he's 18, right?
Why
That's
is he
insane.
here? Why did he move out?
He has his own business. We could talk about that later, but he has his life figured out. When I talked to him, I thought he was my age.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? It makes you kind of rethink your life. Because when I was 18, I was moving to the dorms. I was moving to the dorms, you know?
Same.
But, yeah, so it made me feel old because I was like, wow, I don't recognize any of these symbols. He's calling me a freaking millennial, which, you know, I've identified with millennial things because I was born in 97, so I was like at the cutoff. I think the cutoff was 1995. So I kind of grew up with millennial stuff, but kind of was eased into Gen Z very later on. So then I had like a little crisis. I was telling Dan, wow, he's so young. But then I was telling Dan also, fuck, I think I'm old. I started like, am I a millennial? Am I Gen Z? What the fuck? like all these different thoughts. But yeah, that's basically like what I went through a few days ago. But
dude. That means we're both old because I'm 23 too.
I'm getting a FaceTime.
Oh, wow. Put him on the podcast. Ramses!
Yo!
We're podcasting right now.
So, welcome to the podcast again. We have a special guest on FaceTime right now.
Wait, Ramses.
Drum roll, please. Everyone, if you can see,
I love his hair.
Ramses Castro, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, podcast and YouTube. Here we are with Jason today and the good old vet.
What are you doing, man? What's up?
No, actually, I'm looking at places right now for the birthday celebration of the Pharaoh.
Oh, shit. So where are you planning on going?
Dude, that's what I actually need your consultation on.
Okay, so I think he has a birthday coming up next month, and we're deciding on going to somewhere in the desert because we're going to ride ATVs around for his birthday.
Wow.
And he is turning 22, so he's pretty old now.
22.
But yeah.
That's what we're doing.
So Palm Springs, I think, will be the location, but...
Yeah, Palm Springs or Joshua Tree.
Ooh.
That's what we're thinking
Dude,
right
I
now.
look fucking ugly right now. But you ever have those days where you wake up and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, damn, I look fucking trash.
And you have other days and you're like, damn, I look fine.
Today I look like trash. Today I don't feel like fine, but today I feel like trash. But I think that concludes the podcast. You want to say anything else before I close this out?
Let's see. Don't be racist, people. Wear your masks outside.
Don't be stupid.
Vaccinate.
Oh yeah, masks do not exist in OC, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. But anyway,
Sadly.
any last...
And then we do the...
Oh shit.
Sponsored by...
Hold this.
Yeah.
Can you talk on the mic? Really quick.
Let's see. Also, one more thing. Be
Yeah,
nice.
do that.
Be nice to yourselves. Be nice to people.
Yes.
Educate yourselves as well. Don't be blurting out random shit. Ramses, what do you have to say to these people?
What I have to say is practice your privilege towards other people.
Ramses,
I'm just
practice
kidding.
your privilege.
Oh no. Not practice your privilege. I meant like use your privilege to where you can protect other people.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
I
Wise
misworded
words.
that completely.
You guys heard it yourselves. But
You
yeah,
should definitely edit that out.
you'll hear it.
Okay.
Jason, what you gotta say?
And to end this,
Sponsored by...
not yerba mate, but... Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I just wet the mic. But sponsored by Barefoot Wine. Because now I work for a winery.
Love that.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, Sharon.
Thanks for tuning
Bye,
in.
guys.
Bye, Ramses.
Nice seeing you guys.
You too.
All right. Don't hang up on
Hang
her.
up, actually. What the hell?